Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are going to explore a truly transformative AI tool for developers of all levels, Claude Sonnet 3.5, your new AI-powered coding companion. Imagine having a super smart friend who can handle all the tedious parts of coding for you, allowing you to focus on being creative and solving interesting problems. That's exactly what Claude Sonnet 3.5 does. In this video, we will do a complete breakdown of this tool and show you how it can write a piece of code for you, fix errors, automate tasks, solve puzzles, and even teach you new programming skills. Plus, we will introduce you to its unique feature, Artifacts, which lets you directly interact and enhance AI-generated content. So stay tuned to see how Claude 3.5 Sonnet can make coding easier and more fun than ever before. You won't want to miss this. What exactly is Claude Sonnet 3.5? Claude Sonnet 3.5, which came out on June 21, 2024, is the newest and most advanced AI tool from a company called Anthropic. This AI assistant is made to help people who write computer code called developers by making their work easier and faster. Claude Sonnet is like a super smart friend who can understand what you say in everyday language. Instead of typing complex codes, you can just tell Claude what you need in plain English and it will write the code for you. For example, if you need a program to add numbers, you can simply say, I need a program to add numbers, and Claude will create it for you. This new tool is not just about making things easier. It works faster and has better safety features to protect your work and data. Claude 3.5 Sonnet helps everyone from beginners to experts to write code in a way that is more natural and less complicated. So Claude 3.5 Sonnet changes how we write code by making it simpler, safer, and more accessible for everyone, no matter how experienced they are. All right, let's talk about the different versions of Claude Sonnet 3.5. Imagine you're picking a tool that fits your needs perfectly, whether you're just starting to code or you're already a pro. First up, we have a free version. This version is fantastic for beginners and hobbyists. It's like having a helpful friend who can write basic code and fix simple bugs for you. You can access this free version on claude.ai or even on Claude iOS app. It's a great way to see how AI can make coding easier. Now, if you're looking for more power and features, there is a paid version. This version is for those who need to tackle more complex projects. With the paid version, you can generate more advanced code, get better debugging help, and integrate with more development tools. If you are really into coding, this might be what you need. There are also special plans like Claude Pro and the Team plan. This gives you a lot more power to work with. You get higher rate limits, which means you can do a lot more coding without hitting any limits. And that's not all. Claude Sonnet 3.5 is also available through some major platforms like the Anthropic API, Amazon Bedrock, and Google's Cloud's Vertex AI. So if you're using any of these services, you can easily integrate Claude Sonnet into your workflow. We discussed about the Claude Sonnet paid and free version, right? So there are different versions of your Claude Sonnet, as you can see on the graph here, which is between your intelligence benchmark score and your cost price per million tokens. So these versions, we will see how do they perform or what are the capabilities they have in it. Just a brief out of these versions. The first one you can see is your Claude 3 Haiku, which is on the lower end of your intelligence as well as the cost. This is actually the basic version of your Claude where you can do some simple tasks as well as you can say that it is for your beginners, right? And then you can see here that you have Claude 3 Sonnet, which is an intermediary between your intelligence benchmarks and your cost price per million tokens, right? So this Claude 3 Sonnet was used for performing complex tasks. And here you can see that you have Claude 3 Opus, which is on the higher scale of your intelligence as well as on your cost, right? So this was a version which was being used for performing complex tasks as well as used for your professional works to be done. Now you can see that we have Claude 3.5 Sonnet, which is on the higher end of your intelligence benchmark as well as on the cost price per million tokens. So we can say that this Claude Sonnet 3.5 is one of the advanced version of your Claude. You will be able to perform your complex tasks, and as well as it will help you in all your debugging, and just have to write your queries in your natural language and it will give you the outcome of it, right? So this is about your versions of your Claude Sonnet. Now coming to the features of your Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Let us see what Anthropic latest AI breakthrough is, right? Which is actually making waves in your artificial intelligence community. So we will see what are the new features and the new enhancements which Claude 3.5 Sonnet has, right? So the first one, what it is discussing here is industry leading performance, right? So you can say that your Claude 3.5 Sonnet sets a new benchmark for AI performance, right? You can also see that it is outperforming its predecessors and the competitors, right? So what are the competitors? You have your OpenAI's GPT-4o and you have your Google's Gemini 1.5 Pro. So you can say that your Claude Sonnet 3.5 is actually giving you better performance from the other OpenAIs like your GPT-4o or your Google's Gemini 1.5 Pro, right? And then it says that these advancements are significant, far exceeding the capabilities of Claude 3 Opus, which has the higher intelligence as well as the cost. We just discussed that here, right? Now, the next feature is enhanced speed, right? So this enhanced speed is twice that of your Claude 3 Opus, which we just saw in the graph that it is on the higher end of your intelligence as well as on the cost, right? The increased processing speed facilitates handling complex tasks. As we said that Claude 3.5 Sonnet is capable of handling complex tasks and multi-step workflows more effectively, which will help in opening new possibilities for real-time AI applications such as your finance and your healthcare. And indeed, a good feature, you can say that it is providing you increased and improved efficiency with enhanced speed, right? The next one is advanced coding capabilities, right? So Claude 3.5 Sonnet stands out for its advanced coding capabilities, right? This is what we said that you just give something in your natural language, like say for example, you want to write a program on printing a hello world. That's a common example which everyone takes in any of the programming languages when you just want to start off with, right? Here it is telling that it will give you the complex tasks. Maybe you're trying to build a website, maybe you're trying to integrate your website with the front end and the back end, or you're having a full-fledged database, you're trying to have something related to e-commerce, or you're having some tasks which is appropriate for the projects which you're trying to work for, right? So it will give you these advanced coding capabilities. So what does the internal evaluation tell? The internal evaluation tells that it has solved 64% of coding problems. That is an improvement over 38% solved by your Claude 3 Opus, right? This makes it a powerful tool for software development and code maintenance. So 64% of coding problems is being solved by your Claude 3.5 Sonnet, which makes it a remarkable tool for your software development and code maintenance, right? Its ability to independently write, edit and execute code coupled with sophisticated reasoning. We will also see a simple demo on the logical reasoning which your Claude 3.5 Sonnet would provide for some of our prompts, you can say, okay, and allows it to handle complex coding tasks and code-based migrations efficiently. Now coming to the next feature, that is your super visual reasoning, right? So what does your Claude 3.5 Sonnet does with your visual reasoning? It is trying to interpret your charts, graphs, and complex diagrams, right? It accurately transcribes text from imperfect images, which are crucial for industries like retail, logistics, and financial services. One of the cool features of your Claude 3.5 Sonnet is superior visual reasoning, wherein it is trying to extract the information of the visual data even when the image quality is poor. Such a cool feature, right? So let's move on to the next one, that is your innovative interaction and artifacts. Artifacts is one of the new feature which was introduced in your Claude 3.5 Sonnet. So what exactly is this artifact? This artifact transforms your Claude from a conversational AI into a collaborative work environment. When users generate content like code snippets, text documents, or web designs, these artifacts appear in a dedicated window, allowing real-time editing and integration into the projects. So we will have a slight demo on what exactly are these artifact new features which Claude 3.5 Sonnet does in a little while. Right? So let's move on to the next feature, that is your cost-effective accessibility. As we saw that Claude 3.5 Sonnet is higher in your intelligence as well as it's in the intermediary for your cost, right? So your Claude 3.5 Sonnet is accessible for free on Claude AI and Claude iOS app. We have already discussed that, right? And you have these limits for Pro and Team Planner subscribers, right? So what's the next one? That is commitment to security and privacy. This is actually the important feature which your Claude 3.5 Sonnet provides, because security and privacy is much crucial, because you are relying on your AI platforms and then you're trying to give or have your task being accomplished and completed by it. Obviously, you would want to have your security and privacy being maintained and not being exposed. So what exactly does these security and privacy features have? It's like it says that Anthropic has prioritized security and privacy with Claude 3.5 Sonnets, right? Okay, it has maintained an ASL2 rating, and even external experts, including your UK's AI Safety Institute, have evaluated the security mechanisms, right? So we can trust blindly on your Claude 3.5 Sonnet, but watch out, what are you trying to have your task being completed. See to it that still the personal informations are not being given there, right? So that's about your security and privacy. Now next, moving to your part of growing AI family, right? Your 3.5 Sonnet is a part of a broader AI model lineup. As we saw the different versions, like you have your Claude HiQ, you have your Claude Opus, as well as you have your Claude 3 Sonnet, right? And now 3.5 Sonnet is the higher end version of your Claude AI, right? And the next feature it has is enterprise focused design, right? So it will help you in handling complex workflows and integrate seamlessly with existing business applications. Its contextual understanding and interpretation makes it ideal for tasks like customer support, market analysis, and data interpretation. Cool, right? Claude Sonnet not only helps the beginners for the professional use, but it also has a focus on your enterprise tasks as well, like you have your customer support, market analysis, and your data interpretation. The next feature is user-driven development, right? Your Anthropic values user feedback as a crucial component of your Claude 3.5 Sonnet development, right? It is great, right, that they are valuing the users' feedback across the globe, right? And 3.5 Sonnet redefines AI capabilities with enhanced intelligence, speed, and advanced features. We discussed what are the advanced features, like we have your artifacts, which is one of the most recent feature which was added in your Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and we will try to see a smaller demo on how these artifacts work in a while now. Now, next, moving to the advantages of Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Why a game changer, superior performance and cost efficiency. We already saw the different features it has, the cost effectiveness, the visual reasoning capability it has, right? And the capability of trying to handle complex tasks, enterprise-driven methods. All these are some of the features which your Claude has. So based on these features, what are the advantages which we have, right? As we know that it is your NLP capabilities, your Claude AI has an advanced NLP capabilities, as well as it is combining with your cost-effective pricing. Intelligence with less cost is what Claude 3.5 Sonnet is providing you, right? Its ability to grasp nuance and humor and generate high-quality natural content makes it a versatile tool across various applications, right? Advanced coding proficiency. This is one of the significant advantages wherein it is trying to solve your coding problems. It is also fixing bugs. So nice. And also add functionalities to your open source code base with ease. Right? Okay, this makes it particularly effective for updating legacy applications and migrating code bases, providing a robust solution for developers. So basically, your Claude 3.5 Sonnet is having that advanced coding capability, which will not only help the beginners, but also the people who are trying to work on different softwares and different programming languages on some complex tasks as well, right? So the next advantage is enhanced vision capabilities. We saw that one of the feature of your Claude Sonnet is the reasoning, the visual reasoning which it interprets, right? Even when the image quality is less, it is trying to interpret the exact information of the image, right? This is one of the advantage, that is enhanced vision capability, wherein the improved version of your 3.5 Claude Sonnet has the ability to interpret and analyze your visual data. Right? We also saw the innovative features of your artifact, and I said that we will try to see the demo in a while, right? We did see the feature of your artifacts, right? And I even told you that we will quickly see a demo in a while, right? Claude Artifacts are designed to make your interactions with AI outputs more dynamic and versatile. Whether you're working on with your code, data visualization, or text, Artifacts allows you to directly manipulate and enhance your outputs within the Claude AI interface. Claude 3.5 Sonnet offers limited and free access, but for regular use. A Pro subscription is recommended. The Pro subscription provides unlimited access to features like artifacts. You can access Claude 3.5 Sonnet through Google's Cloud's Vertex AI and Amazon Bedrock with usage-based pricing. We have been listening from a while through that artifact is one of the new feature which was provided by your Claude 3.5 Sonnet. So as you see that I have logged in myself to my claude.ai, right? You can give your email ID and create a password and try to log in even with your Google account as well. So we will try to explore the artifact features here. So you can see that I'm going to my profile here, right? And then feature preview. When I click on feature preview, it is giving me artifacts preview and provides feedback on upcoming enhancements of your platform. So that's what the feature preview is. And here is what artifacts does. That is ask Claude to generate content like code snippets, text documents, or website designs, and Claude will create an artifact that appears in the dedicated window alongside your conversation. Initially it is off, so let me just enable it. Right? So after I have enabled, I'm closing this window. So let me see that. I'm just going to try out a simple tic-tac-toe game, you can say, right? Okay, so I will just tell that create a tic-tac-toe game for 2 players and provide me with a sample output in, say, Python language. Okay, so now let me just click on go here. Wow, such a cool explanation on the working of your tic-tac-toe game as well, right? This is what is your artifact, right? Wherein it is trying to give you the code as well as trying to give you the AI capability with the help of your artifacts, right? So let us see what is the output it is giving you. It says that I will create a simple tic-tac-toe game for 2 players in Python. So that's what the requirement I had given for. Okay, so click to open the code. You can as well download your code here. The implementation is as follows. It says print board, displays the current state of board, check winner. It has some functions there, and then it also says how to run the program, right? How to run the game. To run the game, you can save this code in Python file. I'll just give you a quick tip. You can go to your online editor Replit and try to open a Python project, and you can just copy this code and try to check whether the game is working or not, right? As in the prompt, I also told that I need to have a simple output of how the game might look. So you can see that it is providing me on player X, player 0, player 1, and so forth, right? Okay, so is it all that your Claude artifact does, or does it have another capability or more capabilities as it has promised for? So what will we do is we will just try to write another prompt saying that say I want a presentation for a class wherein I am teaching this game. So provide me with a presentation starting from agenda, introduction, followed by the summary. So let's see what it gives. Wow, it's creating a presentation for me, and you can see that the presentation is on the artifact window here, and it is giving me exactly what has to be done and what has to be conveyed when I'm trying to teach about this tic-tac-toe game in a classroom, right? So let's see what it is giving. Wow. So what did it give me? This presentation outline provides structured approach to teaching the tic-tac-toe game implementation in Python. It covers game basics, great, Python implementation, detailed code walkthrough, and suggestions for further enhancements, great. And key points of presentation that it is starting with introduction, basic strategies, implementation, code walkthrough, demo, possible enhancements also it is giving. I never asked for any possible enhancements. Further learning and creativity, wow. And question and answer session that includes to address your question and answers and encourage discussions, right? Such a great thing it is trying to give me. So let's see what it has added in my presentation, right? So as I said, I wanted an agenda, great, it is giving me an agenda. And introduction, it is asking me to give a brief history of the game, popularity and educational value, why are we implementing it in Python, so on and so forth, right? So a perfect piece of information which I can just take this and go to my classroom and have a discussion on my tic-tac-toe game using your Python. We also saw that artifact will try to give you the interpretation of images, right? So I'm not going to do that. Check out and try to interpret your charts and graphs based on your artifact features. Claude Sonnet 3.5 is incredibly versatile and can be used in variety of scenarios. One of the standout features of Claude Sonnet 3.5 is its natural language processing capability. You don't need to learn any special commands or syntaxes. Just type your instructions in plain English and Claude Sonnet understands. This makes coding accessible to everyone regardless of their level of expertise. Imagine never getting stuck on syntaxes or having to write boilerplate code again. With Claude Sonnet 3.5, you simply describe what you want to achieve and it writes code for you. Whether it's a simple function or a complex algorithm, Claude has got you covered. Debugging can be one of the most frustrating parts of coding. But with Claude Sonnet 3.5, it's like having an expert looking over your shoulders. Describe the issue you're facing and Claude Sonnet will help you and find and fix the bugs quickly and efficiently. Claude Sonnet 3.5 integrates seamlessly with popular development environments like Visual Studio Code. This means you can use it without disrupting your existing workflow. It's all about making your coding experience as smooth and efficient as possible. Whether you need to write a Hello World program or a basic calculator, Claude Sonnet can do it in seconds. This is perfect for beginners or for quickly prototyping ideas. Tired of writing the same code over and over? Claude Sonnet can handle repetitive tasks for you, freeing up your time to focus on more complex and interesting challenges. Learning a new programming language or concept, Claude Sonnet can help you understand new concepts and write sample codes. It's like having a tutor that's available 24/7. Let's jump into the demonstration using Replit, a powerful online coding platform. First, visit replit.com and sign up or log in. Once you are in, create a new Python REPL, give it a name like Claude Sonnet Demo and click Create REPL. By default, Replit will create a main.py file for you. We will use this file to simulate the capabilities of Claude Sonnet. So I am writing a prompt in a simple English language, that is, write a function to calculate and print the factorial of a number. I'm not going to the basics like give me a hello world example and so forth. So I'm just trying to calculate and print your factorial of a number. So let's see what Claude 3.5 Sonnet gives you. Wow, it's giving me the function, right? Factorial is the function. If n is less than 0, return that factorial is not defined for negative numbers. See, so carefully it has even tracked out your exceptions. Like if a user is trying to give a number which is less than 0, it is giving you or returning you a statement called as factorial is not defined in the for negative numbers, right? And then else if n is equal to 0 and is equal to 1, you return 1, and here it is giving you the function which is calculating and printing your factorial number. The number given is 5, then it will calculate with the help of this function and it will print that the factorial of 5 is, figure out what's the answer. And a brief explanation is given on how exactly the function works, right? Okay, so we will try another example. Like we also said that your Claude Sonnet 3.5 has debugging capabilities, right? So we will try to give an input as an incorrect code and we will ask Claude Sonnet on how to debug this and why the code is incorrect and give us an explanation on it. So this is my prompt wherein I am having a function to add a and b and return a minus b, right? Wherein I'm giving a function to add, but you can see that I'm doing a subtraction over here, right? So this should be a plus b, right? So I'm telling Claude that let me know what is wrong in this code and also provide the corrected code for me. So let's see whether it will debug this or not for us. Oh, it says that I'm happy to identify issues and give you out with the results. So let's see what it gave us. So it says that the problem in the code is an add function, right? I just mentioned that instead of giving a plus b, in the code I had mentioned it as a minus b, right? So it is giving me the broken down like step-by-step process of what went wrong. The function is named add, but it is actually performing subtraction instead of addition, right? It is giving you the complete details of the debugging errors, right? Great capability. You can try out for your complex tasks, or even if you're a beginner, you can try out with this, right? So it is giving me the correct code, and you can try that on your Python. That was about your coding capabilities. I have just tried out some simple prompts. You can just go ahead with your use cases and try to explore more on your Claude, right? Now, we also said that your Claude 3.5 also has the capability of logical reasoning, right? So, we will try to see some of the logical reasoning prompts and see how the Claude will give us the answers with. So, this is my prompt for logical reasoning. It says that you are in a room with 3 light switches, each controlling one of 3 light bulbs in another room. You can't see the bulbs from the room with the switches. You can flip the switches as many times as you want, but you can only go into the room with the bulbs once, right? So, how can you determine which switch controls which bulb? A very good reasoning use case, right? So, we will see what Claude provides. Wow, it has given the complete explanation of what is the reason behind and how it is determining that which switch is controlling which bulb, right? So, let us see. First thing, like it's giving you a step-by-step approach. Let's consider what we can manipulate, that is the switches, and what information we can gather. We know that light bulbs not only produce light but also heat when they are. It is giving you an information about light as well, right? Okay, here is a strategy to solve the puzzle. Turn on switch 1 and leave it on for several minutes. After this time, turn off switch 1 and immediately turn on switch 2. Leave switch 3 off the entire time. Now enter the room with the light bulbs. When you enter the room, you will be able to deduce which switch controls which bulb. Great explanation, right? And then this solution works because the bulb controlled by switch 1 had time to warm up, but it is now off. And you can see how exactly it is giving you the logical reasoning of the issue, and it is giving you the determined answer here, so, right? So, we will try to do another logical reasoning question. We'll try to give here, and we'll try to see what the Claude 3.5 Sonnet gives you. So, I'm giving a prompt which says I'm thinking of a number. If you add 7 to it, the result is 3 times the original number. What is the number? Okay. So, let me think of a number first. Let's see what Claude gives. Let's call the number we are looking for x. Now, let's translate the given information into a mathematical equation. It says x plus 7 3x. That's what the question said, right? 3 times the original number, right? So, that's what it is doing here. Now, let's solve the equation. It is giving some equations and simplifying x. We're just trying to give x to be as 3.5, and therefore the number I'm thinking of is 3.5. Great, good logical reasoning it is giving. We also said that your Claude Sonnet has automation capabilities, right? So, we will just try to look a small example. We'll try to give a prompt over here for automating a task, and we will see how it works. This is my prompt here, wherein it says that automate file handling by writing a function to read from one file and write its content to the another file. So, it's generating. It's handling errors as well. Okay, let's check out what it is trying to give us here, right? So, the function is copy file content, right? It's like it takes 2 parameters, source file and the destination file. It uses a try except block to handle some errors, and inside try block it is giving some, it opens the source file in a read mode with a statement which ensures that the file is properly closed after your reading. Obviously, you would want the files to be closed, right? And then we have the exception handling cases, and That's how it is trying to copy. A few things to note. The function reads the entire file into the memory at once. For very large files, you might want to modify it to read and write it in chunks. Obviously, if you have a very large file, you would want to modify it that it writes in the chunks, right? It overrides the destination file if it is already exists, and you can just read out what it is giving, and you can as well explore more on this, right? So I'll just do one thing. I'll copy this code. You have a source.txt and you have a destination.txt file. These are the two external files which are being created, and with the help of your copy file content, it is trying to write from your source to your destination file, right? So I'll just copy this function onto my Replit editor, and I will see what exactly it is trying to give me. So I'm trying to create a Replit here. Since it's a Python code, let me just write here as automating code, some name here. So I'm trying to create a Replit. It will create a project for me here now. So you can see that the project is created and main.py is my main Python file. So I am simply copying the code here, right? Okay, this is my code, right? So let me just try to run the code. So it is trying to give me an error that one of the file, that is source.txt or destination.txt, was not found. Obviously, because we have not created any file now. So we will just try to create a new file called as source.txt. Okay, that's the file name, right? So I will write hello from Claude Sonnet 3.5. So this is my file and I'm saving it. I'm creating another file called as destination. Destination.txt. Destination.txt. Okay. So as you see that the file is empty now. So let me just run my file here. So you can say that contents successfully copied from source.txt to destination.txt. So let us see if destination.txt, it is copied. Hello from Claude Sonnet 3.5. Now we are trying to have your performance metrics of your Claude 3.5 Sonnet comparison with the different AI platforms, like you have your Claude 3 Opus, GPT-4o, Gemini 1.5 Pro and Llama 400B, right? So the graduate level reasoning for zero shot chain of thought, it is 59.4, higher than your GPT-4o as well. And then you have your undergraduate level knowledge, that is 88.7% for 5 shot, and Claude 3 has 86.8%. Nice performance it is giving, right? And then Gemini has 85.9 and 86.1 for Llama. That is less compared to your Claude 3.5 Sonnet performance based on your undergraduate level knowledge. And then the code, right? It gives 92%. The performance matrix is 92%. Than your Claude 3 Opus, which is 84.9, and your GPT-4o has 90.2, way less than the Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and then Gemini and Llama also are at the backer end, right? Multilingual math 91.6, and comparatively you can see that it is higher than your GPT-4o and your Gemini, right? And then you have your reasoning over text, right? We did see some examples on it and we did get good results on it, right? Try out few more reasonings on it. So it is 87.1, 3 shot chain of thought, and then comparatively it is less than the other platforms like GPT-4o and Llama. And then mixed evaluation, again here Claude Sonnet is on the higher end, that is 93.1%, and then 85.3% for your Llama. And then math problem solving and problem solving capabilities as well, right? 71.1% for your math problem solving, which is comparatively less than what your GPT-4o provides, but still it is giving you good mixed evaluation performance, it is giving you code evaluation performance, right? So still fair enough. And then grade school math, it is giving you 96.4%. So you can see that Claude 3.5 Sonnet has the higher performance metrics when compared to your Claude 3 Opus, GPT-4o and Gemini 1.5 Pro Llama 400B. Now I was talking about COT. What does COT is? Your chain of thought. So why not let's ask Claude AI on what exactly is your COT, right? So I'm just writing here. I'll just give it as what is COT and I will see what response do we get here. So let's see what it is giving. It is giving me like the definition of it. So COT typically stands for chain of thought in the context of AI ML. It says that particularly in large language models, it involves breaking down complex reasoning tasks into a series of intermediate steps or thoughts. So we will see what are zero shots. Zero-shot learning refers to an AI model capability to perform a task or make predictions about classes it has never seen during training. Zero-shot learning. So it is giving you the definition of it, right? So basically you can see that the way you are giving prompts to your Claude AI will help you in trying to get a better outcome. So this reminds me of one of the course on your prompt engineering in our Great Learning Academy. Go ahead to our Great Learning Academy and try to figure out what the course is all about. Try to give better prompts so that you can utilize Claude AI 3.5 Sonnet as well. Moving on to Claude Safety Test, Claude AI includes rigorous safety features to ensure responsible AI usage. This includes filtering out inappropriate or harmful content and conducting regular safety tests. For example, it ensures that AI responses to potentially harmful queries such as how to rob a bank for educational purposes are appropriately handled to prevent misuse. Claude AI employs measures such as data encryption, user privacy protection, bias detection, and mitigation, and continuous monitoring and updating of safety protocols to ensure the AI operates ethically and securely. Today, we explored the features and advantages of Claude, including its powerful AI capabilities and the innovative artifact feature. We also looked at how to enable and use these features as well as the robust safety and privacy measures in place. AI-assisted coding tools like Claude Sonnet can transform your coding experience, making it easier to generate code, debug functions, and automate tasks. Give it a try and see how it can improve your workflows. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more exciting content. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and keep coding.